So it's most important, for an hydrocarbon company organization to make sure that whatever they're doing, first of all, it's sustainable, and second, it is responsible. And when we say that, it is what do you do with the hydrocarbon footprint that you are, what you are generating during your operations. Cairn is committed to achieve net zero by 2030, and how do we do that? That is the very first commitment that we are given is we are the first private organization which has signed with the United Nations Environment Program Methane Reporting and Reduction Initiative.
Hello, I'm Chiranjib Sengupta and welcome to this episode of the Energy Connects podcast in the run-up to India Energy Week 2025. As one of the world's fastest growing economies and a pivotal player in the energy transition, India offers abundant opportunities for the upstream sector. Yet, a lot of these hydrocarbon opportunities still remain to be explored, and one company that is working to realize this untapped potential is Cairn Oil and Gas Vedanta Limited. It is the largest private oil and gas exploration and production company in India, accounting for more than 25% of India's domestic crude oil production. And to discuss more on this topic, I'm delighted to welcome our guest for today, Mandeep Narang, Director of Operations at Cairn Oil and Gas Vedanta Limited. During the podcast, Mandeep spoke not only about India's evolving energy landscape, but also a comprehensive overview of Cairn Oil and Gas and its business in India, and how the company is helping drive energy security in a responsible and sustainable way at a very crucial juncture for the energy industry. He also talks about exploring India's vast untapped upstream potential, an area where Cairn Oil and Gas has been very active, and how the company is accelerating its production targets as well as investing in capacity growth to ensure a sustainable future. And as a key sponsor of India Energy Week 2025, Mandeep also speaks about his expectations at India's largest energy event next week and what Cairn Oil and Gas is going to showcase at this show. Mandeep, thank you so much for joining us on the Energy Connects podcast.
Yeah, hi, good morning, and thanks for welcoming me here.
And to start off, could you give us a quick overview of Cairn Oil and Gas and its business in India?
So, Cairn Oil and Gas, we are a vertical of Vedanta Limited, and we are one of the largest private sector oil and gas exploration company in India. Altogether, we contribute close to a quarter of India's domestic crude production. We have got a very extensive acreage. We have got 62 blocks, which close to give us around 60,000 square kilometers of acreage across. 5 producing assets at the moment, which are spread across Rajasthan, which is our home ground with respect to our operations. Cairn, which is in Gujarat, Rawa, and then Northeast. So that is our broad footprint in terms of our operation. And we are venturing into new place. We are getting the latest technology, ASP, CBM, tight oil, to further enhance our hydrocarbon presence and productions from their producing assets.
Now, with such a vast acreage, as well as you're also, as you mentioned, you're getting into the unconventional energy domain. So how are you helping drive energy security for India at a very crucial time in a sustainable and responsible way?
So it's most important, for an hydrocarbon company organization to make sure that whatever they're doing, first of all, it's sustainable, and second, it is responsible. And when we say that, it is what do you do with the hydrocarbon footprint that you are, what you are generating during your operations. So having said that, Cairn is committed to achieve net zero by 2030, and how do we do that? That is the very first commitment that we are given is we are the first private organization which has signed with the United Nations Environment Program Methane Reporting and Reduction Initiative. So we are the first organization in doing that. And on our hydrocarbon footprint, there are aggressive capital investment plans. First, going as much as electrification that we can do. Second is to get into renewable energy, and we are also getting the cutting edge latest oxy-combustion technology to make sure that whatever hydrocarbons or CO2 emissions are being done, they can be limited and we reuse back into the our operations. So more from value to waste, and how do you also reduce your footprint in terms of your hydrocarbon generation? And most importantly, we have committed that close to 1 million trees is what we'll plant, and for that we have got MOUs across the states where we have operations: Rajasthan, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh. Of this, we have already planted 0.75. So the future capex as well as the activities that we have covered, there is a very firm commitment to the hydrocarbon net zero commitment that we have.
I think it's excellent to see the balance between energy security and sustainability like you outlined. So could you talk to us about exploring India's vast untapped upstream potential? How are you accelerating your production targets and investing in capacity growth in order to realize this potential?
So see, we are very fortunate that in India, which is very rich in minerals and hydrocarbon, there is close to 300 billion of hydrocarbons still to be discovered, which is spread across 26 sedimentary basins. And Cairn, we are fortunate that we have got presence in 7 to 8 of these sedimentary basins, and close to the 300 billion stripe that is there, we have got access to 10 to 15 billion barrels. Now, having said that, we've got very aggressive exploration plan, and especially new place that we want to open up will be northeast. We have got extensive exploration portfolio. We have already completed one phase of our explorations. We are very positive, still very aggressive, and a very vast exploration campaign in northeast. Deep water remains to be a very, very bullish portfolio for us. We have already started our activities in deep water as well. And closer to the home ground, closer to our existing operation in Rajasthan, we still have a very extensive exploration campaign to unlock unconventionals, shale, much tighter oil portfolios from there. And of this, we have already started production from few of the latest discoveries that we have made. So altogether, from where we are, near terms we want to go to 300,000 barrels, and long term 500,000 barrels. To do that, a pipeline of 5 billion stoic reserves is what we require, and a complete exploration portfolio to production of 5 years. We are committed to invest close to $3 billion in the next 5 years. So that's the plan in terms of the exploration portfolio.
That's very interesting to hear, especially about the shale part, and you also earlier mentioned the CBM. And how are you getting, could you just tell us more and give us a sense of what's really happening on the ground when it comes to unconventional energies?
So unconventional, both the plays, that one which is closer to Rajasthan, we already have, as I said, we already have made plans, and it is in this financial year that we'll be starting with the exploration campaign there. And the other one is the CBM as well. So both at the moment they are at the exploration phase internally for Cairn, and the development activities are being planned for the subsequent financial year, once based on the exploration results that we have got. But of the total investment, maybe OPEX or CAPEX, as well as the exploration that we have got, close to 10-15% is being invested in the unconventional.
Now, Mandeep, you are the Director of Operations at India's largest private sector player in the exploration and production space. Now, obviously, that means a lot of focus on efficiencies as well as cost. How do you see the use of innovative technologies and digitalization evolving within the hydrocarbon industry with respect to increasing operational efficiency and optimizing costs?
So although I think so, industry over the period of decades have matured a lot, may it be digital or innovation, but there's still, with the data, AI, ML, there is a new, I think so, exciting part that has been opened up, and which is right across the funnel in the oil and gas industry, like in exploration, development, as well as in operations. So not only innovation, but especially on digital and technology, there is a lot, that we are currently carrying out. Exploration, latest technology with respect to, making sure that the hydrocarbon detection and identification is up to the latest technology, so that we end up doing no dry holes. So that is the motto in exploration, that use digital with no dry holes. Operations, digital, we are going very big way. And when I say big way, it's right from making sure that each and every barrel that we produce from each and every well is the most optimal and most cost effective. So we have moved out into a digitally enabled platform, which is integrated to the physics-based model, like CMG, HYSYS, spectral, everything. And it is integrated in a common data lake. So this platform with the latest AI ML actually tells us which well what to do in operations. And we have also integrated this with the latest GE Meridian system, so that we move out from the conventional maintenance to a more predictive, a cost-effective maintenance way. Overarching to this is safety. So in safety, we have converted our usual the CCTV cameras into intelligent cameras, and they can detect any kind of an unsafe act, behavior, or even condition. So we have got we have got more than 1,000, 2,000 safety officers now on ground looking at each and every activity, and it has been a first in the industry. So many industries have copied this from us. So we are open to share this with anyone. It's a very simple kind of a logic that internally our team has written down in Python, and which helps for your normal CCTV to be a more intelligent CCTV, which can detect any unsafe condition. So that's a glimpse of it, but I think so there is a lot more which has been done on the other vertical, but these are few of these which have really made a difference in our not only day-to-day life, but also the value chain of the company.
I think that's an excellent point that you made, not just about developing the technology, but also using it as an open source and sharing that knowledge with others. That's great to hear. And finally, Mandeep, we are just days away from India Energy Week 2025, and you are a key part of the event this year. What are you looking forward to?
So I think India Energy Week, everyone looks forward for this, not only India, but continent around, plus globally as well. See, it's a platform, it's a canvas platform, which brings the entire industry on one single platform. A lot to share, a lot to exchange, a lot to partnership. And what Cairn is looking for in the India Energy Week is pure partners who can venture out with us in any of the value chain for the industry, for the company that we have. It may be exploration, it may be in development, it may be in operations. And we want to have an end-to-end model, self-certification, ease of doing any business with us. So primarily we're looking for partnership.
Mandeep, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for joining the Energy Connects podcast, and wish you the very best for India Energy Week.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for joining, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. You can get more episodes like this and a comprehensive coverage of the energy sector at energyconnects.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media. I'll be back with more guests from across the energy sector in the next episode of the Energy Connects podcast. Until then, goodbye.